I think the best approach to making the move abroad is to have no or really low expectations. And that's not to say that you can't go into your move being hopeful or even having a vision for what you want your life to look like when you're living abroad. But I think it's really easy to put a place or a country on a pedestal, especially when you're coming from somewhere like America and it's a place that has given you so many reasons to want to leave for something better. But the reality is, no matter where you go, no place is going to be perfect. And in addition to a place not being, a perfect place, a utopia, it's also highly likely that you will go through a period where you're, I don't know if discontent is the right word, but the adjustment period where the rose colored glasses come off and the reality of wherever it is that you are living really sets in, and it may not quite meet your expectations. And I think that that is okay. And it's a part of living abroad that doesn't get talked about as often because it's not glamorous. And yeah, sometimes it can really, I don't know, it can be disappointing to go through that, to have finally moved to a place that you had been imagining or had, all these high expectations for. And then that feeling disappears or it goes away. And this could happen after, a year of living there. This could happen after being there just a few days and just things not quite matching with, how you had envisioned it. But I think that that's okay. And I think that as long as you go into it knowing that things aren't going to be perfect, things aren't going to always be the better version that you hoped for, and that you're willing to either stick it out, like, because sometimes you go to a country and it's like, it's just not whether it's just you're getting adjusted to it, like actually being there, or it just didn't live up to how you thought it would be. Sometimes it's okay to be like, okay, I don't like this right now, but I'm gonna stick it out and see what happens, right? Because sometimes it is just a phase. Sometimes it is just having to go through a period where things aren't lining up, things don't seem to be falling into place. But if you just stick out a little bit longer or give it another chance or try to shift your perspective, sometimes it can be better. Sometimes, which that's a whole nother thing, but sometimes a place isn't a good fit because we aren't in the right space when we arrive there. It could be a really great country, it could be a really good place to live, but if you're still carrying things that you were carrying before or dealing with different traumas and just a version of you that hasn't quite caught up with where you are just yet, it can feel like that place is just not it. So you have to be willing to either stick it out and work through things, work through whatever it is that's causing tension between you and this new home abroad, or you have to be willing to pivot, right? I think a lot of people make the move from America, from the United States, thinking that they're going to move somewhere for forever. And you can make the move abroad and go live somewhere for a year, for 6 months. It doesn't have to be you're moving there and that's where you're going to live forever. I think that's when people really set themselves up for disappointment because that's really when the expectations kick in And you can just put so much pressure on, that first period of time that you're there, and it can make it more disappointing because of the high stakes, the high pressure situation, or the high pressure that you're putting on the situation. So this is why I say I think the best way to make the move abroad is to just go with no expectations. And I know that might be a little harder said than done, but really going and being open to whatever happens, happens. It's fine to have a plan and be like, I'm going to go live in this place for a year. And like you get there and it's like, this first month was rocky, but I'm going to stick it out. And you stick it out and it's like, okay, we're 6 months in. And maybe you discover, I actually don't like it here. This is not a fit for me. I think being okay with that and being able to pivot, whether that means going to a new country and just trying somewhere new, whether that means going back to the United States, if that's the best fit for you. I think the thing to remember is that when you move abroad, there's no such thing as failure. Everything is a life experience, and it's all an experience, right? Like you won't know until you try. So go and don't put the pressure on yourself to put the pressure on yourself or on a country to meet a certain expectation. It's honestly like going into like a relationship, or I feel like it's like the process of just learning and growing and becoming. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not a linear thing. Sometimes it's not on a set time frame. So you really just have to be open to wherever the journey takes you. I know that sounds so cliche, but I really do think that is the best way to make the move abroad. If you go look at some of my older videos, when I was first leaving the US, I didn't really have a set plan. Like I did pack up all my stuff and I left, but I really didn't know what the ultimate plan was. There was no like big 5-year plan, no future goals. It was, I'm gonna go to Colombia because I like Colombia. I'm gonna try it out and see if it's gonna be a new home for me. But I knew like with the visa situation, a new home for me meant at most like 6 months. And yeah, from there, that has taken me like from Latin America to Africa to Europe to Asia and now here in Bolivia. So you really just never know where life can take you, where a journey of living and traveling abroad can take you. And yeah, my best advice to you would be to have a set plan, but be open to whatever comes your way, and don't have expectations. Just be willing to adapt, accept, and go with the flow. So yeah, that was all I wanted to share with you all today. Hopefully this message resonates with someone. If you are looking for guidance on making your move abroad and you want to have some income streams in place so that you're able to earn from anywhere, no matter where you are in the world, check out my Beyond the 9 to 5 Move Abroad Starter Guide. You can find it down in the description box below. And yeah, let me know if this message resonated with you all in the comments. What do you all think is the best mindset, or what are some key things to approach making the move abroad? Drop them down in the comments. Share this video with someone who might need to see it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Ciao.